you're watching this video, it means I swallowed my pride, and I took a trip that I didn't really want to, and uploaded a video that I didn't really think was going to be worth anything. I'll get into more detail about why once I kind of get out to the campsite more. It's pretty windy right now. Alright, so the real reason that I didn't want to come out here, and I didn't even want to make this video, was because it didn't really fit my standards as to what camping is. I camp on the Eglin Reservation most of the time because it's relatively close. I don't have to travel a whole lot of highway to get there. But since it was and is a military testing site, a lot of the areas are closed down, and unfortunately over this Martin Luther King weekend, a lot of it was closed down that I normally would go to. I didn't want to come out here because it's too developed for what I like to do. When I go camping, I like to, you know, be out in the middle of nowhere. Here I'm going to be able to hear, you know, cars go by and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I just decided to come out. Just, even though it's not really what I wanted, it would give me an opportunity to test out a lot of equipment that I have. But I think this is mine here, and I might have done a good job picking this at least. I think this is number 8. Yep, this is mine. So, home sweet home for the Met, I guess. So one thing that I came out here to test out was this sleeping bag. This thing is insane. It's a little overkill probably, but I like to at least be comfortable when I sleep. And this thing it's rated for 0 degrees. It's by Teton, and it's 90 inches long by 39 inches wide. I roll around in my sleep a lot, so I wanted something that would actually stay put. But we'll see how this works, because it's supposed to get down to 29 degrees tonight. And the other sleeping bag that I have was only rated for 50, and last time I went out it got down to 35, and it was not a good time. So we'll see. I'm gonna go get some firewood now. This wood's not the greatest, but it was at least up off the ground when it rained last night, so hopefully it's a little drier than the rest of everything else. Yeah, that's wet all the way to the center, but I'll see if I can dry it out. Go do some exploring and see if we can find any wood. There's a ton of wood out here, but it rains so much that it almost seems like it never fully gets dry. Wet. 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 Very wet. Wet, but might be able to be dried out. Here we go. Well, I'll go get my food out of that tree over there. I hung it up last night so the bears didn't get it. Raccoons is mostly what I was worried about. Those little guys will run off with anything. Yep. I decided on a cup of hot chocolate instead of coffee, just simply because I don't feel like cleaning up the coffee grounds this morning. Feeling a little lazy today. Well, while that's making, I guess I'll clean up a little bit. I'm at that point this morning where I don't really want to go home because I don't want to pack this stuff up, but I don't want to stay here because it's cold. Brought all this food to eat for breakfast. I'm not even in the mood to eat it. Well, this sleeping bag did really good. I stayed really warm last night, except for when it was my fault because I would come out of the sleeping bag. But other than that, it did perfect. I'll get all this junk packed up and get going, I guess. Well, all in all, that was fun. I mean, it wasn't the greatest camping trip ever, but I mean, it sure beat sitting around wishing I was camping. This spot wasn't bad. I mean, the guy behind me had his lights on for a lot of the time on his car. It kind of got a little irritating at times, but I mean, I got to go. That's the important thing. I've been wanting to go for the last like 3 weeks, and the weather hasn't cooperated, or something's come up at home, and I haven't been able to go. And now finally I did. I wasn't excited about it, but you know what? I'm glad I went now. So if you're watching this, the video turned out, or at least it made somewhat good content. In the future, there's going to be more moto camping videos, so if you like this, then what's coming up will only be better. I'll probably end it here before I get out on the highway, so like, subscribe, and see you next time.